All right, let's talk about something that I think drives every single one of us crazy in the kitchen. Skillet potatoes. You know what I'm talking about. Getting them perfectly crispy, golden brown, and fluffy on the inside. Well, today we're going to solve that problem for good.
Oh yeah, we've all been here. You've got this beautiful vision in your head of the perfect breakfast potatoes, but what actually ends up in the pan is, well, it's usually a letdown.
This is the question, right? It feels like this impossible balancing act. You crank up the heat for that crispy skin, but then the outside burns before the inside even has a chance to cook. So you turn the heat down, and what do you get? A pan full of sad, soggy, steamed potatoes. It's so frustrating.
I mean, look at this. On the left, that's the dream. That's what we're all aiming for. Crunchy, golden, fluffy perfection. But on the right, that's the reality for so many of us. It's a mess. Some bits are burnt to a crisp, others are greasy and soft, and you still find pieces that are crunchy in the wrong way because they're still raw. But what if I told you there's a better way?
It's called the no-boil skillet method, and it is a total game changer. Seriously, it's so simple. You don't need an extra pot of boiling water, and it works every single time because it breaks the whole process down into two super easy phases.
And look at this. The ingredient list is as basic as it gets. You've got all this stuff already. The one piece of equipment that is absolutely crucial, though, is the skillet with a tight-fitting lid. That lid, that is the secret to everything in the first half of this technique. So, the first phase is all about cooking those potatoes perfectly from the inside out. We're not trying to fry them yet, not at all. We are gently steaming them right there in the pan. This is what's going to give us that amazing fluffy interior and, most importantly, prevent that dreaded raw center.
Okay, now this part might feel a little strange, but stick with me. Everything goes into a cold pan all at once. The potatoes, the oil, the salt. Then you add just a little bit of water, pop that lid on, turn on the heat, and just walk away. It's totally hands-off.
And get this, the amount of water is tiny. I mean, 2 tablespoons. It just doesn't seem like it could possibly be enough, does it? But it is. It's the perfect amount to create just enough steam under that lid to gently and perfectly cook the potatoes all the way through without making them soggy. So you're going to set your burner to medium, and for about the next 8 to 10 minutes, your only job is to leave it completely alone. Don't shake the pan, don't peek, just let that steam do its thing. It's working its magic, making those potato centers perfectly tender. So how do you know when phase 1 is officially over? Don't even worry about the timer. The real test is all about feel. Just take the tip of a small knife and poke one of the bigger potato pieces. If that knife slides in and out with zero resistance, almost like you're poking soft butter, you are ready for phase 2.
All right, phase 1, done. Our potatoes are tender and perfectly cooked through. Now comes the really fun part. Phase 2 is all about building that unbelievably crispy golden brown crust. This is where the magic happens.
The steps here are even simpler, believe it or not, but they do require a little bit of patience and discipline. The lid comes off and the heat goes up to medium-high. All that moisture is going to burn off fast, and we're officially in frying territory. But the most important instruction here is about what you don't do.
That's right. 0. I'm not kidding. This is probably the hardest part of the whole recipe. You have to fight every single instinct. You have to shake that pan or move those potatoes around with a spatula. You have to just leave them alone.
For about 6 to 8 minutes, those potatoes need total, uninterrupted contact with the hot surface of that pan. Every single second they sit there completely still, that beautiful browning, that Maillard reaction is building an incredible crust. That's why we don't stir.
So how do you know when it's finally time? Don't guess, use your eyes. Carefully lift up just a little corner of the potatoes. What you're looking for is a deep, rich, golden brown color. If it just looks kind of pale and yellow, put it back down. Give it more time. Patience is everything right now. So you've seen the how. Now let's just quickly get into the why. Because honestly, when you understand the science of why this works, you'll be able to nail it every single time with no guesswork. This is really the heart of the whole technique. Why do we do this? Why not just toss raw potatoes into a hot pan with oil like we've always done?
And here's the answer. It's so smart. By separating the cooking into 2 phases, we solve the main problem. The steaming phase's only job is to get the inside perfectly cooked and fluffy. That's it. Then the crisping phase can focus on its one and only job, creating that amazing crust. You're not trying to do 2 things at once anymore.
And the other big question, why am I so obsessed with telling you not to stir the potatoes during that second phase? What's the big deal? Well, think about it. Every single time you stir, you break that critical connection between the potato and the hot pan. You let moisture escape, which creates steam.
and you accidentally start steaming them again instead of frying them. Leaving them alone lets that Maillard reaction go wild and build that deep flavor and perfect texture. So let's just wrap it all up. It's a super simple two-part system. Phase 1, lid is on, we're cooking the inside. Phase 2, lid is off, we're crisping the outside. The golden rule, of course, is you resist that urge to stir, and please serve them the second they're out of the pan to get that maximum crunch you just worked for.
And that's really it. A completely foolproof method for perfect skillet potatoes. But the real takeaway here isn't just a recipe, it's a technique. So the final question I'll leave you with is this. Think about other dense veggies, like sweet potatoes, or carrots, or even broccoli stems. How could you use this same steam and sear method to make them perfect too?